We're going to be live in 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. Get started.
Hello and welcome back. If you joined us earlier for our webinar, you are now joining us for the Independent Study Information from Santa Maria Bonita School District.
Hola y bienvenidos, buenas tardes. Si se vuelve a unir a nosotros, bienvenidos de nuevo. Y si es su primera vez uniéndose a nosotros, bienvenido. Está uniéndose con nosotros para información sobre estudios independientes. Comenzaremos en un momento. Vamos a darle la oportunidad más a familias que se unan a nosotros antes de empezar. Gracias por su paciencia.
All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome. Again, this is the informational meeting for independent study that is being offered through the Santa Maria Bonita School District.
Bienvenidos a todos, bienvenidos a la reunión de estudios independientes ofrecido por el Distrito Escolar de Santa María Bonita.
So I know that many of you have already sat through our previous presentation, so we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it and get started. So again, I'm Tamara Brown, the assistant principal.
And I'm Genevieve Beard. I'm the principal at Arianas Junior High.
I am Alma Ruano, and I am the office manager here at Junior High School.
So a state law passed in July of 2021 in which we want the state of California wanted to ensure that all students that attended public schools had the opportunity to attend either in person or have an alternative educational program offered to them if there were health and safety concerns due to COVID.
Una nueva ley pasó en el estado donde decía que las escuelas, los distritos escolares tenían que ofrecer opciones para padres para que los estudiantes regresen a la escuela, una de ellas siendo estudios independientes. Si es que ustedes como padres sienten o creen que la salud de sus hijos está en riesgo, si es que regresan en persona.
So the opportunity that Santa Maria Bonita is offering to students for independent study is, excuse me, is an online separate program that will be delivered through an education program called Edgenuity.
Los estudiantes que están inscritos en estudios independientes, es la oportunidad a la cual que va a ser, se les va a ofrecer a través de un programa separado. La instrucción va a ser en inglés, obviamente, y la compañía se llama Ingenuity.
This program looks very different than the distance learning that your student may have participated in last year, where they zoomed into classes with teachers at their local school site.
Y este programa es distinto a lo que estaban acostumbrados el año pasado, donde se unían a la clase a través de la plataforma de Zoom y estaban con sus maestros de la escuela.
This program looks very different than it did last year. Your student will not be zooming in with teachers here at Arianas Junior High School.
Este programa es distinto al año pasado. Sus estudiantes, sus hijos no van a estar usando la plataforma de Zoom, no van a estar con sus maestros que están aquí en Arianas Junior High.
They will be assigned a highly qualified teacher that will work with them through the Edgenuity program.
Van a estar comunicándose con un maestro que altamente calificado, pero va a ser a través del programa Ingenuity.
All of the instruction through this independent study program is in English.
todo la enseñanza a través de este programa es en inglés.
One of the very important things to remember about the independent study program is that students will be assigned work for 1 week, and that the parent or guardian agrees to be the learning coach. They will be responsible for monitoring their child's learning and providing help with instruction if a child is unable to complete the task independently.
Los padres serán responsables como instructores de aprendizaje, de enseñar y monitorear el aprendizaje de sus hijos y asegurar que su estudiante esté progresando. El programa se les va a asignar trabajo una vez por semana y ustedes como padres en casa van a ser responsables de nuevo de monitorear y de asegurarse y dar la instrucción en inglés.
Parents will be the learning coaches, and they will be expected to attend regular meetings and trainings, at least 3 during the duration of their child's enrollment in independent study.
Como instructor de aprendizaje, usted va a tener que asistir a reuniones adicionales, aparte de esta, por lo menos 3 entrenamientos va a tener que asistir y estar de acuerdo.
And independent study is voluntary. A parent or guardian can choose to have their student placed into a in-person Monday through Friday class option, but you have to, there is no hybrid option. So they're either on independent study full-time or they are in person at Arianas Junior High attending every day full-time.
So, de nuevo, no, estar en estudios independientes es voluntario, no es requerido, pero sí es una de las opciones que tiene usted como padre. Pero las opciones son solamente esas, estudios independientes o estar en persona. Y tienen que ser, la opción que usted escoja, tiene que ser por tiempo completo. No puede ser un formato híbrido que teníamos el año pasado, donde decían mitad en persona y mitad en casa. O si escoge estudios independientes, lo va a tener que ser completo. Si escoge en persona, igual lo va a tener que ser incompleto, lo que significa los 5 días a la semana.
If your child is not academically meeting standards and progressing in their learning, then we will have a meeting to determine what will be the best option for your child and their learning. And that option would be to return to an in-person instruction here at Arianas Junior High.
Si los estudiantes no participan o no tienen un rendimiento académico, o sea, que no están progresando, no están mostrando progreso, el estudio independiente quizás no puede ser una opción. Lo que va a suceder es que van a tener una reunión con la administración y de ahí van a determinar si puede continuar en estudios independientes, pero si por alguna razón el estudiante no está mostrando progreso, se les puede pedir que el estudiante venga en persona. Se le puede requerir que venga en persona porque obviamente no está mostrando progreso en los estudios independientes.
Requirements for independent study. Students have to show adequate academic progress in order to remain enrolled in the independent study program. And they demonstrate that they are making progress by completing the assignments and engaging with their independent study teacher. If a student is not engaged or meeting the academic requirements at the junior high level, what that looks like is if they are not engaged for meeting with their teacher or completing all of the required assignments over an instructional week, we will have a meeting to see what supports that we can put into place to make sure your student stays on track. If they continue to miss those benchmarks and things to show that they're making progress, then we have to have a discussion about having a placement other than independent study.
¿Cuáles son los requisitos para el estudio independiente? Los estudiantes tienen que mostrar, de nuevo, como les dije anteriormente, un progreso académico y adecuado para permanecer en el programa de estudios independientes. Lo que significa es que tiene que participar y tiene que completar las tareas. También el aprendizaje de temas requerido, lo que significa que tanto tiene que participar. Si los estudiantes no participan durante el 60% de la semana de instrucción o si no muestran un proceso académico adecuado, serán puestos en un periodo de prueba de 2 semanas. Si el estudiante aún no demuestra una mejora adecuada durante el periodo de 2 semanas, se le exigirá que regrese al aprendizaje en persona. Antes de que suceda esto y de lo de las 2 semanas, van a tener una junta con la administración de la escuela, obviamente, y les van a dejar saber. Pero es muy importante y que tomen en serio que el compromiso es importante a este programa. No es igual como el año pasado. Van a tener que mostrar trabajo y progreso.
For students who receive special education student or services, independent study may be an option for them. We will need to meet as a team to determine whether independent study is an appropriate placement for a student who receives special education services through an IEP team decision. If you are the parent of a student who is receiving special education services and has an IEP, you will receive an invitation to a meeting to discuss your independent study request. The IEP team will determine if your child's IEP can be implemented based on your child's present levels of functional performance, areas of educational need, goals, the services and supports needed, and is this considered the least restrictive environment for your student?
¿Está disponible estudio independiente para los estudiantes que reciben servicios de educación especial? La respuesta es sí. Si el estudio independiente es una colocación apropiada para un estudiante que recibe servicios de educación especial, es una decisión del equipo de plan educación individualizado, que viene siendo el equipo del IEP que se conoce. Recibirá una invitación a una reunión del IEP, del equipo, para discutir su petición de estudio independiente, lo que significa que el equipo determinará si el IEP de su hijo puede ser implementado apropiadamente para estudios independientes. Y esto se basa en lo siguiente: los niveles presentes del rendimiento funcional, las áreas de necesidad educativa, los objetivos, servicios y apoyos necesarios y entorno menos restrictivo. Lo que significa esto es de que todas las metas que se les implementaron en la junta del IEP de su estudiante, si a cualquier de una de estas metas no se puede dar rendimiento en la educación independiente, quizás estar en este programa no sería lo mejor para ellos. Pero eso es algo que va a determinar el equipo de IEP.
The role of the parent as the learning coach is a very important role and can determine the success of the student within the IEP in the independent study program. A learning coach is a parent, family member, or another adult that is at home with the student while the student is going through their courses. Understanding the importance of your role as that learning coach is the key to success. You are committed to helping your student going beyond what is online and to bringing those concepts to life. So signing up for the role of the learning coach is signing up to guide the students through the lessons as needed, discuss the concepts being taught, assist with interactive tools and games, oversee assignments, help facilitate hands-on learning that may be in the course, check for understanding of the assignments, keep the student on schedule and pace, ensure all course components are being done with fidelity, and communicate with the teacher as needed. And then we'll play the video, Alma, after this slide.
Okay. En la parte de los padres, lo que se les llama a ustedes, lo que se les va a llamar es entrenador de aprendizaje. Ese va a ser el papel de padre durante este programa, entrenador de aprendizaje. Un entrenador de aprendizaje es un padre, un miembro de la familia o otro adulto que está en casa con el estudiante mientras el estudiante está siguiendo sus cursos. De nuevo, tiene que ser un adulto de 18 años o mayor, alguien que hable inglés, porque la instrucción va a ser en inglés. Comprender la importancia de su papel como entrenador de aprendizaje es la clave para el éxito de su estudiante. Como entrenador de aprendizaje, usted está comprometiéndose a ayudar a su estudiante a ir más allá de lo que está en línea y dar vida a esos conceptos. La parte de entrenador de aprendizaje viene siendo, usted va a guiar al alumno a través de las lecciones según sea necesario. Va a discutir los conceptos que se enseñan. Ayudar con herramientas y juegos interactivos. Supervisar asignaciones. Va a revisar que estén terminando los trabajos. Ayudar a facilitar el aprendizaje práctico que pueda haber en el curso. Verificar la comprensión de las asignaciones. Mantener el estudiante a tiempo y que esté al ritmo. Asegurarse de que todos los componentes del curso se realicen con fidelidad, ya sea lectura independiente, estudios novedosos y actividades de práctica. Y comunicarse con el maestro según sea necesario. De nuevo, el maestro no va a ser maestro de la escuela, va a ser el maestro del programa de Ingenuity. Ahora vamos a repasar un video.
And so our video this evening is only in English. I do want to share also that the instruction that will be provided with Edgenuity will only be in English as well. So part of the consideration and whether independent study is an appropriate placement is, as a learning coach, will you be able to support your student through the English instruction that is provided in our independent study program as prescribed by law in California.
El video que vamos a pasar ahorita está en inglés, pero también quiere tomar el tiempo para que tomen en cuenta que todo el programa de Ingenuity es en inglés. Es buen tiempo para que usted como padre tomen en cuenta que si ustedes van a poder brindarles el apoyo que su hijo o hija va a necesitar en la casa, porque toda la instrucción va a ser en inglés y no van a poder recibir la ayuda de los maestros de la escuela. Por ley del estado de California, la instrucción para todos los estudiantes debe de ser en inglés y esa es la razón la cual esta instrucción es en inglés.
To learn more about the role of the learning coach. As you watch our video today, keep in mind that your school program may slightly vary with their expectations. Be sure to check with your school if you have any questions. This video will cover understanding the role of the learning coach, preparing a learning space and schedule, previewing courses and understanding course components, synchronous sessions, and other suggested activities. Understanding the role of the learning coach. A learning coach is a parent, family member, or other adult that is home with a student. The role of the learning coach is to guide the student through the lessons as needed, discuss concepts being taught, assist with interactive tools and games, oversee assignments, help facilitate hands-on learning that may be in the course, check for understanding on assignments, keep the student on schedule and on pace, ensure all components of the course are being done with fidelity, and communicate with teachers as needed. While these are picture-perfect ideas for setting up your home learning space, spaces can easily be set up to be multifunctional as well, from tables to small floating wall desks and shelves to closet desk transformations. Learning spaces today are not just a desk and a chair, and it's important to create a learning space that provides students the opportunity to move about as needed. Make sure the desk and chair allow the student to sit upright at the computer. Have other seating options in the room for students to move to do offline assignments, such as a comfy chair or beanbag for independent reading, a larger table with coloring supplies, glue and scissors for written work and projects, etc. Wall space to post a word wall, the 5-finger retail chart, and choosing a Just Right Book PDF document for frequent reference. And organizational bins for materials and supplies will make life easier too. Educational research and trends show the importance of scheduling your student's day. While virtual schooling does provide you the autonomy of flexible scheduling with your student, students are more likely to thrive with a predictable and consistent schedule. Here are a few samples. If for some reason your student is accelerating through content quickly and has other activities that limit the schooling time during the day, we suggest this as a minimum to work within the course content. Now let's review the importance of previewing courses and understanding course components. It's important to preview the courses your student's in. You'll preview a course by logging into your Observer account. A typical module will have lessons for the student to learn about the concept and practice the concept, assignments for the student to complete, and assessments that are either done in the course or done in a synchronous session with a teacher. Upon logging in, you and your student will see a dashboard with course cards that show progress and current grades and give access to course activities and gradebooks. The to-do list will show student activities due currently, upcoming, and past due to help keep them on track with progress. The activity stream will show students where they have left off and what they have recently submitted. Once you move into the course itself, you'll see the Learning Coach and Support Resource tab. Inside every course, there is a resource module. The resource module has a section for the Learning Coach to learn more about their role, as well as how to navigate through the platform. In addition to the resource module within each lesson, there's a Learning Coach tab. Clicking on it will provide the Learning Coach with information about the lesson, as well as if any materials are needed for that lesson. Students and Learning Coach will have support tools embedded into the courses in various spots. The speech stream tool will allow students to select passages on pages of content to read aloud. It also provides a dictionary, a picture dictionary, translation ability in 30+ languages, and a masked reader to help focus on smaller chunks of content. The Read Aloud speaker will identify places where content can be read aloud in a human voice. And the audio play button at the bottom will read aloud all of the content on pages within the courses. New for this academic school year is our Learning Coach support site. We know the importance of keeping you informed and providing resources to help your learning day move smoothly. This site will be accessible to you for items like learning more about your role as a learning coach, communicating with your teachers, how to navigate a course, check your students' grades, and even going beyond the coursework to accelerate, supplement, or remediate your students' learning. A ton of elementary curriculum resources will also be available, including what it looks like in a typical K-5 day, how-to guides and videos. And most importantly, module study guides will be available for our K-5 core courses, and will walk learning coaches through very specific guiding questions, suggested books to connect literacy to learning content, and even module outings that may wrap up culminating activities and real-world application for your students. Weekly automated progress reports will be sent to your Learning Coach email account. This will show you courses, teacher names, current scores, progress, and login dates to help ensure your student is keeping on track. Materials preparation will be a key to a successful learning day for you and your student. A materials list for each course is found in the resources section. General school supplies should be readily available. Materials are also noted on the Learning Coach tab of each lesson. If no materials are needed, they will not be listed. The learning coach should preview the lessons the student will be doing a week in advance in order to ensure the materials needed are readily available when that student encounters the lesson. K through 5 will have audio practice activities. These will be accessible for your classroom teachers through the platform for fluency checks. They'll be asked to practice audio activities in each module, and the resource module will tell students how to record and submit audio in both the learning coach section and the getting started section. For independent reading in grades K through 3, we require 30 to 40 minutes per day from a Just Right book. Students record on their reading log the book that they read and answer a few questions about the book, and then they'll submit their weekly reading logs and independent reading questions to their teacher. It is important for learning coaches to help guide students into selecting Just Right books. Very easily, you can use the 5-finger rule to support your student. The independent reading will then be used as part of the language arts reading assignments for reading logs and questions. Part 1 of the assignment, the student will fill out the reading log for the week. Part 2 of the assignment, the student will answer the reading log questions for the book they read that week. Learning coaches should discuss the book with students before completion of their assignments. The documents can be typed in and saved and downloaded for submission into the Dropbox. In grades 4 and 5, there will be novel studies. Students choose 2 books to read from a list of 3 books each semester. Novel study guides are included for each book, and learning coaches should discuss their novels with their students. These types of assignments will also be submitted into the Dropbox. Assignments will be submitted through the Dropbox when called out in courses for Show Dropbox. Assignments are found in each lesson. When there is an assignment, an activity button will appear on the lesson page. Clicking on the activity button will pull up a PDF document for the student to print, or workbooks are available if your school will provide them for offline activities. Submitting assignments is easy. In the resources module of every course, the Learning Coach lesson or Getting Started lesson, there's a video that shows how to submit assignments. Be sure to watch it with your student. For K through 3, many of the PDF documents will either be printed or you can submit them from the workbook if your school provides them. As student moves up in grade levels, they may encounter PDFs that they can type in. The resources module will explain how to save and submit these documents in the Getting Started activity. The K through 3 weekly language arts assignments are here and called out specifically for how to submit them. At the end of the week, you'll see a wrap-up of what students should be submitting, and the showing Dropbox symbol will note that students must submit assignments. Synchronous sessions. Each week in grades K through 3, or every other week in grades 4 through 5, students will meet with their teachers by phone or an LMS where they can screen share. It will last 30 to 60 minutes. Teachers will administer spelling tests, synchronous benchmark assessments, reading level assessments, go over grades and submitted work, and discuss with a student what they're learning. This is also an opportunity for remediation. The learning coach should sit in on these sessions in order to be aware of what's being discussed. Listen for any tips the teacher may be giving the student so that they can be reinforced by the coach, as well as ask any questions that they may have. Remember, sync session opportunities, frequency, and requirements may vary by your school program. We talked about some of the other suggested activities when creating a schedule, but here's a bit more detail of each of them. The morning meeting. It's important to keep young students on a schedule. Morning meeting is a time to meet with your student and discuss certain topics to start that day. They last about 15 to 20 minutes. In grades K through 2, you can talk about the calendar, days of the week, tomorrow, the next week. For grades 3 through 5, you can discuss special events for the day or things happening that week. Discuss what season, what clues outside tell us the season. Discuss the weather, discuss current events that are student appropriate, and review goals for the day. Brain breaks. After a student finishes a subject, give them a break. Anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes, longer if they need a snack, shorter if they don't. The break should be structured and planned, but should include activities that allow the student to move and have fun. Research on brain breaks or online ideas that will get the student moving. Check out Go Noodle. It's an excellent website for this. Lunch and free time. Schedule lunch and free time into the day. Make it a 40-minute session. The student can eat lunch for 20 minutes and then get 20 minutes of free play. Free play should not be structured as it is a break from the learning day. And the afternoon meeting. This is a culmination of your day to wrap it up. Another 15 to 20 minutes. Discuss the goals that were accomplished. What was the best part of the day? What did they enjoy learning the most? What did they feel they need more help with? And set goals for tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Please contact your school with any other questions that you may have. We're here to partner with you and your student every step of the way.
Thank you. That was a great video and it gave a good overview of the program. And so just to quickly review some of the highlights, the parent guardian as learning coach oversees the daily schedule and student work completion.
Do you want to finish the slides so I can do the Spanish?
It's pretty close. It's pretty
Okay.
close to what they had in the video.
So, primero que todo, gracias por seguir con nosotros. De nuevo, el video obviamente fue en inglés, porque la instrucción va a ser en inglés, pero para dar un repaso de lo importante es de que el padre o el tutor o el guía como guía de aprendizaje supervisará el horario diario y la realización del trabajo de estudiantes. Los estudiantes de sexto a octavo completan un módulo cada 3 semanas y este viene siendo más o menos el horario que les están imponiendo.
And what are the next steps? I actually see that in the chat, asking if I want to sign my child up for independent study, what do we need to do next?
So, ¿qué es lo que sigue? ¿Cuáles son los pasos a seguir? De nuevo vamos a responder a la pregunta que se hizo en el chat anteriormente de si, cómo me daré cuenta si mi estudiante o mi hijo o hija está registrado para estudios independientes.
The next steps will be to make an appointment with Ms. Brown, our assistant principal.
So, el siguiente paso sería hacer una cita con Ms. Brown, que es nuestra asistente directora.
You will need to meet with Ms. Brown to sign a master agreement to enroll your child in the program.
Va a venir aquí a la escuela para firmar un acuerdo de maestro para inscribir a su hijo o hija en el programa.
Once the master agreement is signed, your child would be enrolled in the independent study program. If it's not signed or no agreement has been reached, your child will be expected to be here on campus for instruction on Thursday, August 12th.
Una vez que se firme el acuerdo de maestro, su hijo o hija será inscrito en el programa de estudios independientes. Si por alguna razón no se llega a un acuerdo y no hay firma de acuerdo de maestro, entonces se espera de que su hijo o hija esté presente en el campo escolar para recibir su instrucción en persona el 12 de agosto.
So our independent study launch that transition to the online platform will occur for the first 3 to 4 weeks of school, so during August. Students will receive grade level equivalent work to complete for a 5-day period, along with daily synchronous interaction with SMBSD staff. Assignments will be turned in on Mondays and graded. If students show adequate progress, the parent guardian will be required to attend trainings, and the students will then transition to the Edgenuity online independent study program in mid-September. Weekly reports will be given to the principal of Independent Study School for progress review. Students not engaging regularly and making adequate progress will be disenrolled from independent study and placed back to in-person learning.
El comienzo de estudio independiente, la transición a la plataforma de línea que viene siendo Ingenuity. So, El comienzo de los estudios independientes ocurrirá durante las primeras 3 a 4 semanas de clases. Los estudiantes recibirán trabajo equivalente al nivel de grado para completar durante un periodo de 5 días, junto con la interacción sincrónica diaria con el personal del Distrito Escolar de Santa María Bonita. Las tareas se entregarán cada lunes, el lunes siguiente, y se calificarán. Si los estudiantes muestran un progreso adecuado y padres tutores asisten a los entrenamientos requeridos, el estudiante hará la transición al programa de Ingenuity en línea. A mediados de septiembre va a suceder eso. Se entregarán informes semanales a la directora de la escuela del estudio independiente para que revise el progreso del estudiante. A los estudiantes que no participen con regularidad y no logren un progreso adecuado, se les retirará del estudio independiente y volverán al aprendizaje en persona. Parece que Ms. Brown puso que pueden mandarle un correo electrónico en vez de, si no gustan llamar a la oficina para la cita, su correo electrónico está en el chat. Si le pueden tomar una foto ahorita. También, obviamente, nos pueden llamar a la oficina al 361-6820 para hacer una cita.
And so we realize we're on an incredibly tight timeline with the passing of the legislation for independent study and the time available to be able to set up this program. It has put all of us on an incredibly tight timeline to be able to do this before the start of school. That we completely understand. So emailing Ms. Brown, calling the school to make an appointment, or if you want to put your name and best number to reach you tomorrow, we will call you tomorrow morning to be able to start setting up those appointments and be able to answer questions individually for you.
Entendemos y sabemos que no nos queda mucho tiempo para el inicio de la escuela, que viene siendo el jueves, y para poder hacer todas las citas y las entrevistas para mañana, para estar listos del jueves, es difícil. Entonces, y entendemos. Si desean ponernos un nombre, número de teléfono donde le podemos llamar nosotros directamente en la mañana para poder hacer la cita con ustedes y también para contestar cualquier pregunta que usted tenga individualmente. Hágalo en el chat y así nosotros lo podemos obtener y llamarle.
Thank you so much for coming to this particular meeting. Again, if you contact the school or you can send me an email, we will set up an individual appointment and I can answer specific questions that you may have about independent study. If you feel this will be a good option for your student for this upcoming school year, and we can sign a master agreement and begin your child's journey for their education. So we appreciate you very much, and please put your name and your number in the chat.
De nuevo, gracias por asistir a la junta. Estamos emocionados de empezar este nuevo programa con ustedes. No se les olvide, si aún siguen interesados en nuestros estudios independientes, de poner su nombre, primer y apellido, por favor, y su número de teléfono para nosotros ponernos en comunicación con ustedes mañana. O pueden mandar un correo electrónico a Ms. Brown o nos pueden llamar al número de teléfono de la oficina que está en su pantalla ahorita. También si van a poner su nombre en el chat, por favor, también incluyan el nombre de su estudiante que viene a la escuela de Arenas, así sabemos con quién estamos hablando y para a qué estudiante.
Thank you, everyone. We appreciate your time.
Gracias a todos.
And we will be in contact with you very soon.
Y estaremos en contacto con ustedes muy pronto, obviamente mañana. Daremos un poco de minutos para los padres que quieran poner su información en el chat antes de terminar la junta.
And I will echo that again. Thank you so much for spending your evening with us. We spent a significant part of our evening together. We appreciate you being here and for us to be able to communicate this information with you.
De nuevo, muchas gracias por pasar su tarde con nosotros. Les agradecemos por compartir toda esa información y poderla compartir con ustedes.
Ms. Beard is taking your information. And so Ms. Beard, just let me know, you know what, I will save the chat.
De
Perfect.
nuevo, si aún siguen interesados en estudios independientes, por favor de poner su nombre de ustedes, el nombre de sus estudiantes o estudiantes en el chat con un número de teléfono al cual nosotros nos podemos poner en comunicación con ustedes mañana para poder hacer la cita y firmar el convenio, el contrato.
Okay, and again, putting your name and information in the chat means that you would like for us to call you and talk to and discuss a time to make an appointment for the independent study program. So please give us the best phone number to reach you tomorrow because we are on a very tight timeline to be able to complete this and provide you with the information that you need to make this decision about independent study.
De nuevo, si está poniendo su información en el chat, significa que usted desea que nosotros nos pongamos en comunicación con ustedes para repasar la información de estudios independientes. Si no lo pone ahí y nos quiere hablar, sería también lo puede hacer, pero de nuevo, tome en cuenta que lo tiene que hacer para mañana para hacer la cita.
Thank you, everyone, and we wish everyone a very restful evening.
Gracias a todos y les deseamos una muy buenas noches a todos. Our phone number, office number is 361-8620. El número de la oficina es 361-8620.